positive, remember everybody think positive. Because there's a positive thing in everything that happens. And today's going to be positive in the end, I am sure of that.
The Church of the Universe was in court today.
A fringe group on the beaches called the Church of the Universe went to court to be exempted from Canada's marijuana laws. It argued its members have a constitutional right to smoke pot because it's part of their belief system. It also argued that its reverends should have the right to grow and distribute marijuana. The judge said distributing pot does not deserve protection as a religious freedom.
When does the criminal code trump the charter right to religious freedom? An Ontario court has ruled a banned substance like marijuana cannot be exempted even if the followers of the Church of the Universe smoke pot as their sacrament. Some people try to drown their sorrows in booze, but not members of the Church of the Universe. Instead, they turn to the focal point of their religion, marijuana. Smoking marijuana is a religious experience, they argue. A toke, a direct connection to God, cannabis being the tree of life.
I worship God, yes, and marijuana is part of that worship.
Do you have any words, brother?
Spirituality still intact here at the High Court. The Church of the Universe and the Toronto Hash Mob still believes in the spirituality, spiritual use of cannabis, despite what the judge says today.
In her ruling today, Madam Justice Herman wrote, "While the applicant's religious beliefs may seem absurd to some or to many, that is not the basis on which to challenge those beliefs. And while she found that the church was entitled to some protection under religious grounds, she dismissed the application."
And as a reverend in the Church of the Universe, I still believe in sharing my sacrament with members of the church and will continue to do so despite their ruling today.
Prosecutors were quite worried that if the ruling had gone the other way, there'd be an awful lot of people in court claiming they were using marijuana for religious purposes.
The judge did say that we do have the right to use it. She just didn't know how to implement it for us. That was the problem.
Well, I mean, she found that they're sincere, that it is a religion.
This is real. This isn't phony.
We lost because she thought it wasn't workable.
We think it is workable.
Not workable at the distribution level. In other words, the buying and selling of the marijuana. It was in 2006 when undercover officers infiltrated the church here on Queen at Woodbine across from the Beaches Fire Hall. They allegedly bought some marijuana and charged 2 of the ministers with trafficking.
I just wanted to cut in real quick and share with you that there was more than 2 ministers arrested and charged that night. There was 23 members arrested that night, 11 of them being ordained ministers, me being one of them.
The church has since closed its doors. 2 members are still facing trafficking charges.
So right now, Brother Shrews is behind me talking to the media, CP24, CPTV, News Talk 1010, and we're just recording what's going on.
Step in here so we can all get here. Will you continue to worship marijuana? Pardon me? Will you continue to worship marijuana?
I worship God, yes, and marijuana is part of that worship.
What does that mean, though? Will you still be selling?
Cannabis consciously awakens you, connects yourself to our truth.
Or will you still be selling the marijuana?
As the judge had made it clear, it's a sharing within our members' commission. So when it comes to sharing, we do not consider it selling. We consider it as a sharing.
What do you think about this, brother?
Oh man, I'm kind of hurt.
Yeah.
I was really hoping for a victory.
I hear you, brother.
You know, as a minister to the church, this could have been a good day for us all.
Yeah.
You know?
Stay still positive.
Yeah, well, you know, what else can we do?
Yeah.
You know?
Just keep sharing the herd. Right. Do you have anything to say, brother, on the matter?
If you want to go feed, I'm just going to get somebody. How you doing?
How you doing? Do you have anything to say on the matter for the world?
Just covering this.
Just doing your job?
Watch CP24 and you'll
Cool.
find out what I'm saying there.
All right, have a great day, brother. Do you have anything to comment on, brother?
No, can I ask you what your take is on this? Are you a member of the...
Yes, I'm a reverend of the Church of the Universe.
Okay, sorry, let me just get myself organized here. What's your name?
Reverend Brother Justin Bean.
Justin?
Yes, Justin Bean.
B-E-A-N?
Yes.
And what does this ruling mean to you today?
It means that we're still going to continue on going through the courts, it seems. We've been the brothers of the church from Hamilton have been doing this since 1969. It's nothing new. Everyone knows what we're about. For thousands of years, cannabis has been incorporated in many religions, even the Christian religion, the Sufi religion of Islam, just a lot of different religions, and it's nothing new. And I feel the judge commented on it's a parody religion. I feel that's an honest cop-out. I feel that the government is just stalling. They're stalling. They've been doing this for years. I honestly believe, aside from religion, cannabis as a whole, it's a conspiracy.
What will you do now in terms of your religious practices? You're a member of the Church of the Universe. You're a clergy. You're a member of the clergy.
Yes.
So what will you do now? How this will affect you?
It doesn't affect us really too much because we never stop doing what we believe. The judge can have a ruling, but it doesn't stop us. Myself, I don't accept what they say, so it's not going to stop me from practicing my belief and sharing what I believe.
So many of you are Reverend Brothers. Are there lots of you? Are most of you Reverend Brothers? Or?
Yeah, most of us, but there's also just some members that are missionaries.
Okay, so most members of the church are actually Reverend Brothers, eh?
If you see somebody wearing a hat covering their head, they're a Reverend.
What's the hat called?
It's called a yarmulke, holy hat.
What's it made of?
Mostly hemp.
Mostly hemp.
Hemp, wool, anything organic.
Hemp, wool, organic. Okay. Okay, and what's next today?
I understand what the judge was saying. She has no way of fixing the solution. She said that we do have a right to use cannabis as a religion. She stated that. She agrees with that. But she doesn't know how she can implement it because, as you well know, people say, well, if it's legal for you, it's legal for everyone. So she's a bit of a quandary.
Is it possible that the church could make some changes, you think, to...
Well, we're going to see where it's going to go. I mean, I haven't talked to my lawyer yet because we just got out. And we're going to see where we go with it because there was definitely some promise in what she said, and maybe there's another way we can work things out.
Did you feel as though the judge was being fair? I mean, she did seem to agree that the religion...
The judge was very fair. She heard all
In her decision, Justice Thea Herman said, quote, the applicants have established that their use of cannabis was, at least in part, related to a sincerely held religious belief. But she then went on to say it would be impossible to allow it to continue because, quote, it is difficult, if not impossible, for an outsider to identify the religious user and religious use because religious use is barely distinguishable from recreational use, end quote.
The court also said very clearly that the laws relating to cannabis are constitutional, and the question of whether it should be illegal or not remains one for Parliament, and we're satisfied with that outcome.
I think that it's a shame that the government can side with big religion, admit that most people identify with their own personal set of beliefs, and then still rule in favor or against the right to use cannabis as a sacrament when it's causing no harm to anyone. And when they admit that these people are of the belief that they do not want to cause any harm to themselves or others, and still the government is causing more harm than the individual themselves.
Yeah. Well said, bro. Cool, thank you.
What were the reasons that to begin
Church?
Get in.
You signed up over 1,000 members.
Do you have any words, brother?
I think it's a little disappointing today for the religious people, and I hope it gets overturned by Court of Appeal. I mean, Reverend Peter seems very positive. He's more positive than the people around him, and I think Court of Appeal, here they come.
New beginning, another day.
We're going to Ottawa.
Five years in county.
They're going to Ottawa.
We're going to Ottawa.
They're going to Ottawa. The 9 wise men in Ottawa are going to decide this.
Here's the rest of the church out back. You guys take it off?
We're going to St. Pete on the other side.
Alright. Y'all cameraed out.
Oh, camera is part of me, no difference than myself. You know, I'm looking at myself. Oh, you know, brother. You know, it's not over, brother. What can I say? It's an interesting decision. She said she believes in the sincerity. You know, we have
both of you, right?
We have a belief in the sincerity in our religion, but facts that she needed to hear were left out upon how she can change the cannabis law. The collective information was not complete, and it can be complete and will be complete. And another day is 25th. I shall be back on the 15th, and then 25th.
25th of
15th I must
February?
be in Old City Hall.
For your other church?
Yes.
Yes,
the new one.
Cannabis and psilocybin?
Yes. And then from there, back to here, I believe.
On the February 25th?
February 25th. I believe they said February 25th.
Cool.
We're coming back.
Thank you for your words.
Thank you for being here.
All right.
Now the church must decide if it will appeal. As for Stursky and Karagani, they still face the trafficking charge, and the church in the beach is closed, but Stursky is reopening it as a coffee shop next week.
The church is actually...
Queen and Woodbine, across from the fire hall.
Will there be any...
Oh, I don't know.
Isn't that
Let's
where
start with coffee
Isn't that
first.
where the Church of the Universe was? Is the same spot
Yes,
as the
yes,
Church
it
of the
was.
Universe?
It's my house, yes.
Will the activities of the church continue there?
Probably not there.
No?
No, because it's just a small building. It's not suitable.
But there will be a church, and there will
We're
be a
planning a church.
You're planning a church.
You used to stand up for your rights.
What was positive in the decision?
What was positive? Us coming out with the church and making the statement. Isn't that positive enough? You're all here. Are you not?
So what would you like people to take away from what they're seeing here? What's the message here?
The message is, look around. You are your own government. You're in charge. Do something about it. Whatever it may be. You can win, you can lose, but those are just steps into something that you want to all go into. And that's why you guys are all here, because you saw something a little positive might happen today. Well, okay, so it didn't exactly happen. The judge, she said her hands were a bit tied, right? And we'll move on. I mean, I don't know what the answer is to it. But yeah, am I disappointed? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. Think positive, everything's good.
Will the church still be able to continue?
I think it has to in some way. We had a lot of people come today.